the problem. Anyway.
I agree. What about, look at you say, this is the big leagues, and I would agree with you. What about, we've had some drama this season, this whole thing, of Erika, telling Jax to get the F out of there. Were you there when that happens? I mean, I couldn't really picture where everyone was. I mean, now you've had a chance to watch it back. I mean, how is all this for you as Garcelle's?
I left at that point. I was already gone because I had just come back from London, so I was exhausted. So if it were Trey, it would have been a different scene because I black out when it comes to my baby. I just do. I thought Garcelle handled it very, very graciously. I don't think under any circumstances do you tell any child, let alone the birthday girl, you know what I mean? The reason why we're all there, you don't speak to somebody's child like that. You just don't. Now, we know that she was toe up from the floor up, and on one hand, she's letting her hair down, and I understand that because she's, had to be for so long, and to see her outside of that. And a lot of times we're clumsy when we're in a new season, and you know what I mean? And then she'll find her groove. So yes, it was inappropriate. I do think her apology was sincere. I think that she did not realize that, they were as young as they were, which to me, it doesn't even make a difference. Because Trey is 29. If you told him to F off, I'd still have an issue. So the age doesn't really make a difference for me. It's just completely inappropriate. But I think she owned it. She apologized and you move on. And I think her apology was sincere. I think I said that already. Yeah, I think it was sincere.
I thought it was sincere too. And I thought Garcelle handled herself with just grace. Like you said, I have a lot of friends that have the same reaction you did, that if it was their child, 30, 40, it doesn't really matter how old this person was, you would still be like, this isn't okay.
I'm getting hot just thinking about it.
Right.
You can't mess with the angel. That's what I call him. You can't mess with the angel.
I saw that on your Instagram. What about, when she does say, look, I mean, because Erika has come out and said, look, I was drinking, I'm on pills, this is my cocktail, we're still figuring it out, I've been through a lot. Is that does that make it better?
I mean, it doesn't make it better. It was completely wrong, and it is what it is. Yes, we understand that you're figuring stuff out, but it doesn't matter. It's dead wrong. Yeah.
It's still wrong.
Yeah.
What about, because now we have a whole series of events which have exploded since then. Now we have this scene with Kyle where Kyle is saying, it's not funny, but it's funny. The world has now come for Kyle like they've never come for her before, ever.
What are you asking me?
Well, how do you feel about all of that? And I mean, it's almost and it ties to that scene where Erika was apologizing to Garcelle. And to me, it was a very authentic. And then Garcelle's like, what are you doing over there? Kyle is rolling her eyes and making her, and I'm not coming for Kyle. I'm just saying there's that. I mean, is Kyle almost exacerbating this? Has the world overreacted and coming for Kyle?
You know what? I like Kyle, but sometimes I think Kyle needs to sit down somewhere. Just sit down somewhere and let this, I think she, because she's an OG, she's been on, I think, every season. So she probably, to some extent, to a large extent, I mean, she's very connected to the show. And she acts, as not the peacemaker. She's not a peacemaker. I wouldn't call her that, but she acts as what would you call it? Is it the comment? Not the.
Well, I was going to say, a lot of people say she acts as producer, kind of driving the bus and understands how to move this whole thing.
Yes. And sometimes there was a scene with Diana and Sutton.
Yes.
Why are you even here? I didn't understand. I don't think they needed that. Sometimes you need somebody to come, moderator. That's what I was looking for. Sometimes you need somebody to come in and be a moderator. And I mean, she's got the experience, she's got the knowledge and the information, but it's not always necessary. We don't always need a moderator, So I think she kind of sometimes It's a lot. Yeah.
Right. And like that scene which you're referring to with Sutton and Diana, right? That was
Yeah.
heated in and of itself. We didn't need Kyle there.
And then let me stop. We didn't need her.
I was going to say, do you think Kyle oversteps? Is that what we're saying?
Well, that's what you said. No, I'm just saying, I think sometimes she might jump the gun, meaning it's not necessary to have a moderator yet, but then too, it's reality. Maybe the producers tell her to get in there. I don't know. And if that's the case, then she's doing, she's being a team player and doing what she signed up to do. So I don't know. But yeah, it just seemed like with that scene, it wasn't necessary. Right. It wasn't necessary.
Do you think that there is this like double standard in the sense that, there's this thing, I don't know if you know, at the Fox Force 5, which is like Dorit and Lisa Rinna. This is what they call themselves. There's no one on, they call themselves this. It's Kyle, Erika, Lisa Rinna, Dorit, and Teddy Mellencamp, who's not on the show anymore. Like, they're like very close. And this is what the thing, if Sutton had said this to Jax instead of Erika, the reactions of, I think, Dorit and Kyle and, the reactions if Sutton did this would be insane. And now it's like, Erika was having a bad night. That's kind of what, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know what you're saying. You asked me about, like, I don't think any part of it was funny. It's just not funny, period. No. It's just not funny at all. So I don't see the humor in it. No. Just don't. I don't see the humor in it whatsoever.
Is there anything that you saw as being a part of this? You said like there were times where you just were sitting there and looking around and saying what it was like. Was it like you were at home like the rest of us at times and just like a ping pong ball? Like or a tennis ball? What am I watching back and forth?
I was like, these bitches are crazy. Like, no, it was like there were times when it was like, is this for real? Oh my God. Well, you know what it is. And I understand it. And this is the nature of reality. You have to, in real life, we would talk about something and we might talk about it a couple times, but we'd move on. In reality TV, well, no, because they want to hit it from different angles. So you're beating the dead horse. You're constantly, and I'm telling you, that was the most challenging thing for me, because I live my life in my real life, where I dispel the drama, I get rid of the drama and I move on. I make peace with it and I move on. That's a part of my self-care. That's a part of my well-being. It's part of my evolution. Well, the nature of the show doesn't allow